What is up, everybody? Dutch with D-Box Games, and today we're back checking out another RR mod. This time it's Star Animals. In the last video we checked out Space Carrier Turtles, and I definitely suggest checking it out because it was a lot of fun. It was an easy to tame creature that could do a lot of stuff for early game players. And in this one we're going to be checking out 5 different creatures with multiple variations and 5 Chibis, so we have so much more exciting stuff to cover. So don't forget, if you enjoyed this video, to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. So I thought we would start with the Hammerhead. In this mod, the Hammerhead Shark is basically an upgraded Megalodon. And to be more specific, all of these Hammerhead Sharks have 3 times better stats as the normal Megalodon, except for the X-Star. The X-Star has 4 times better health, and the rest of its stats are just 3 times better. Now, the Alpha I have here, but it's actually not tameable. I just tamed it for the purpose of this video so that you can see it out of the water, and I think they all look pretty cool. Now let's take a closer look at each of them. Now, if you'd like to tame the Hammerhead Sharks, they are tamed by just knocking them out. You can either use trank arrows or darts, and the preferred food is going to be superior kibble, raw mutton, raw prime meat, cooked lamb chops, cooked prime meat, raw prime fish meat, and raw meat. Now, all of these are rideable without a saddle, yet you can get an invisible saddle that you can craft in your inventory, and I do suggest doing that because if you look at it, all the saddles do add armor, so I think the saddles are totally worth it. Now, as for each of these, I'm not going to take every single one out. We might get a few of them and kind of move them around just to kind of look at the colors on them. But underwater, they don't look as great. It's kind of harder to see the colors. So what I was thinking about mostly doing is I was going to take out my favorite one, the X-Star Hammerhead. So the X-Star Hammerhead isn't just my favorite because it's black and blue. It also does have the upgraded stats, and I really enjoy this one. It's super quick under the water, it does do a lot of damage, and it's very tanky. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to ride around and see if we can't find some stuff to go murder. So let's go! Wow! There we go, and the other one. So we took down 2 plesiosaurs, we took down a mosasaur, and we took down a megalodon. We are super awesome. Oh my god, this shark is great. Okay, so I definitely approve of the hammerheads. These are super useful. Now let's go check out the other stuff. Next up, we have the Shieldhorn. Now, there are 5 different types of Shieldhorn, and there are multiple colors of all of these. I don't know if I've said that, but they do have different color variations. But there are going to be 5 different Shieldhorns, and this is an upgrade of the Trike. They have ×2 the stats of a normal Triceratops, and the X version actually has ×4 the stats of a normal Triceratops. Now, these can be tamed out in the wild by knocking them out with either trank arrows or darts, and on top of that, the preferred food is a simple kibble, crops, mejoberries, or berries in that order. Now let's take a quick look at each one. So that pretty much wraps everything up for the Shieldhorns. The last thing I forgot to mention is that you do need a saddle for these, but you just need to make a normal trike saddle, and that'll work perfect for these. And now you can harvest on these, and they're fairly decent harvesters. We're getting thatch, wood, and berries on them. Moving on to the Star Leatherwings, I think these are the ones that are going to get everybody the most excited. This is the upgrade of a pterodon, and what makes these so special is that you can upgrade the speed stat. You can also move backwards on the ground, but sadly you can't do it in the air. Not yet, at least. You can't fly around like a Tapahara, which would be super awesome. But these do have more health, weight, and stamina than the normal pterodon. Also, you do need a saddle to fly these, but you can just use normal pterodon saddles for these as well. Now for taming, it's just as easy as all the others. You just need to use either trank arrows or trank darts, and its preferred food is going to be extraordinary kibble, raw mutton, raw prime meat, raw meat, or regular kibble. This one's a bit expensive as far as the food goes. Now to take a closer look at each individual one, so now that pretty much wraps it up for the Star Leatherwings. There's not too much to them, and the most exciting thing is definitely that you can level up the speed. So next up we have the Ostrich. Now this one I wasn't too excited about in the beginning because it's based off the Gallimimus, which I don't really use too often, but after spawning them in and using them for a second, they're actually really quick and they're kind of fun to look at. I think they're a lot better looking than the Gallimimus. Now these are tameable just the same as the others with either trank arrows or darts, and their preferred food is going to be simple kibble, crops, measure berries, and berries in that order. Now you do need a saddle to ride these, but you can craft that in your inventory and it shouldn't be that hard. Now let's take a quick look at each one. This is such a cool looking phoenix colored one where it has that kind of burnt orange, but mine came in with awesome blue tail feathers, so I really got into this one. I've actually been using it to ride around because they're super fast, but they're a little weird sometimes to turn around on. So that pretty much wraps it up for the Ostrich, and the Phoenix definitely is my favorite one out of the Ostriches. Now moving on, these scary things are Razortooths. They have huge teeth that stick out quite a bit, and they kind of look a little bit funny, but it's easy to see that these are the upgraded versions of the Yutyrannus. Yutyrannus is one of my favorite in-arc dinosaurs to use. I really love them, and they're the perfect size to get in and out of caves. So these being slightly upgraded versions of the Yutyrannus makes me very excited to get to use these. Now to be more specific, the X Razortooth are stronger than the normal Razortooth, and the normal Razortooth is stronger than the base Yutyrannus. Now the Razortooth do need saddles to ride, and you can craft them in your inventory, and it's only going to take fiber, hide, metal ingot, and silica pearls, so not too terrible. Now to tame these things, you can knock them out with trank arrows, but I would pretty much only use trank darts for these, and their preferred food is extraordinary kibble, raw mutton, raw prime meat, and raw meat in that order. Now taking a closer look at these, so now that we've taken a close look at all the dinos, what I wanted to do really quick is wait till nighttime so I could show you the glow that all of these produce, just in case anybody wants to use these as a nightlight or just a fun way to do farming at nighttime. Alright everybody, so it's really dark. I think it's midnight now, and I don't know if you could really see on my screen, but none of the razor teeth are putting off light. I mean, I think the last one that's a glow is putting off a small amount of light, but you really can't see it. I would have to gamma up just for you to see that. So you can see them, and they kind of have a cool glow to their eyes, but if I actually go to regular gamma, you can barely even see that its eye is glowing green. So we're going to move down to the ostriches because these are super cool looking. So this is the regular glow ostrich, has a really cool color to it. The Firestar ostrich has a pretty awesome glow to it. That one was the one that I said looked really neat and was kind of speckled everywhere. But my all-time favorite is the Phoenix Star. This, I think, has the coolest glow out of all the glows out of all the animals that we looked at today. I just love these colors. I think they're definitely the best ones. Let me know which one is your favorite glowing creature out of all of these, or just what's your favorite creature out of all of this in this mod. Let me know in the comments. Now for the Leatherwings, the Firestar Leatherwing has a really cool looking effect to its glowing head, but it doesn't have anything else that glows, where the Color Star Wings have glowing bodies and heads, but they don't have any effect to it, but I still like that a lot more. So I still feel like the Color Leatherwing is my favorite one. And I wanted to show this one off that I spawned in that had a really cool looking blue top with green body. For the Shieldhorns, they actually have the most glow to them. They produce a decent amount of light, as you can see on the ground, and they have really cool colors. The X-Star Shieldhorn has a really neat underglow, where the Crazy Star has an entire body glowing blue, and the Crazy Star would be my favorite Shieldhorn. Now the Firestar and the Glowstar Shieldhorns have really awesome glows to them as well, but the last one doesn't have any glow at all. Now for the Megalodons, the Alpha doesn't have a glow to it, but it does have that awesome red aura, where the X-Star Hammerhead has the really cool white lightning glow to the bottom of it that produces probably the most light, but on top just looks like it has kind of a water effect. And it's neat, but it's not as bright and catchy as some of the other ones. But I love the blue spikes on top. For the next two, the Space Star and the Crazy Star Hammerhead Shark, these both to me in the daylight look like they're about to go Super Saiyan, but at night they look so angry with almost this reddish yellow glow to them. Now this one is a little bit hard to see, but this is actually the Glow Star one that actually has the rainbow metallic oil spill look to it, but at nighttime just looks like it has a whitish yellowish glow to the bottom. Now before we wrap everything up, we still haven't gone over the Chibis. In this one there are 5 Chibis that you unlock the engram at level 5. Now the crafting costs for these are going to be 2 Alpha Raptor Claws, 1 Alpha Tyrannosaurus Arm, and 1 generic artifact, just like the other ones. So this is the Hammerhead Chibi. This is the Shieldhorn Chibi. This is the Leatherwing Chibi. This is the Ostrich Chibi. And last but not least, we have the Razortooth Chibi. Now this one looks a little bit weird because his mouth looks like it's permanently open. Let's move around. See how this guy looks. Oh, this one might be slightly broken of the Chibis. All the other Chibis seem to work, but this one I'm not too sure about. I'll put an update in the description if this one gets fixed eventually. Alright everybody, that wraps everything up. We went over so much in the RR Star Animals mod. I really enjoyed this and I hope everybody enjoyed it and found it helpful as well. Please don't forget, if you enjoyed it, to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. But we went over 5 creatures and over 24 total variants in all. So in the end, I put all of my favorite creatures behind me. I ended up going with the Phoenix Star Ostrich, the Glow Star Leatherwing, the Crazy Star Shieldhorn, and the Glow Star Razortooth. These were my favorite out of all of them, and I also liked the X-Star Hammerhead, but I couldn't put that one behind me. But what were your favorites? Please put that down in the comments below, because this mod had a lot of awesome creatures, and I hope everybody goes to the RR mod page and downloads and subscribes to this mod as soon as possible, because there's a lot of fun, helpful creatures in this. And if you'd like me to make any taming videos over any of these, please put that in the comments also. So I hope to see everybody in the next mod review video, and until then, later!